Hi there, this is Callista, also known as Magical Girl Me. I was getting ready for a meetup at my local community, and I'm really excited to meet all the new faces because it's the first meetup of the season. It kind of got me thinking about my first Lolita meet, and I wanted to kind of share my experience with you and ask you how your first meetup has gone. So my first Lolita meetup was actually arranged when I was in Hawaii. So I originally moved from Maine to Hawaii to go to school, and back then we didn't really have Facebook groups for Lolitas. It was really centered around LiveJournal. I happened to stumble across a post from a Lolita in the community in Maine that said, "Why aren't there any Maine Lolitas here?" I was super excited because I didn't know we had a community where I lived, and I was going to be heading home for the summer, so I actually would be able to go. So I got in touch with the Lolita, learned a little bit about the community, and went to my first meetup that summer. So the meetup was open to anyone who liked Lolita fashion. At the time, I was really into classic aristocrat Lolita, so that's what I wore for my forest coordinate. I went into the city near where I live now, and we met up at a art museum. It was awesome because at first I was the only person there, but the best part about a meetup is everyone is in Lolita for the most part, or they have aspects about their outfit that tell you they're into Lolita. So I was able to find the people I was looking for very quickly. So we went to the art museum, walked around, took a lot of pictures, had a lot of pictures taken of us. At the time, Lolita wasn't really well known, so people in our community hadn't really seen it, and the Lolitas at the time that went to the meetup didn't really wear it outside of meetups. It wasn't a daily sort of outfit coordinate or something they would pick for an everyday fashion at that time. So that was really neat. It was really fun to meet people in person that liked this I felt, really obscure Japanese fashion that I liked. I really enjoyed meeting everyone, learning. I learned so much my first meetup. At the time, I'd never heard of tea parties at all. At first, I thought they were talking about having a tea party, and then I realized it was a shoe. And so that was like the first thing I looked up when I came home, was what a tea party shoe was, and ordered a pair. I really was so tickled to see how many other people in my community liked Lolita fashion, how many of them made their own Lolita clothes, and kind of get my experience, share it with them, and then learn from them as well. The girls that I met up with at the time had been into Lolita fashion and wearing it longer than I had, so I definitely learned a lot. It was definitely a good experience. Not one of those necessarily picture perfect Lolita meets, but definitely wonderful for my first meetup. Made a lot of connections, learned a lot, made a couple friends, and now it's really interesting being more of a seasoned Lolita and seeing all the new Lolitas that have come into the fashion, or have questions about the fashion, or just are kind of interested in exploring this alternative fashion style. But it's definitely a really important memory, and I hope that while this will just be someone else's first meetup, it will be a good experience for them. And I hope they go back and look and see how much they've changed, their style has changed. My style has changed dramatically, and kind of leave it as a stepping stool for the next Lolitas that come through. So I'm very excited. I have to head out to go to the meetup now, but I just wanted to share that with all of you. Feel free to put your experiences down in the comments below. I'd love to read them, especially worldwide or even Lolitas from other states. Our community here in the Northeast is kind of small, but we definitely are able to get together and still do really fun things. But I'd love to hear about Lolitas that are in another country or another part of the United States as well. So thank you so much for watching, and stay frilly!